Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel if you've been here before, and if not, thank you for coming today. I have a few Reddit stories here for you, and there's a couple that I didn't have time for in my last video, so we're going to include those. Yeah, so let's just jump into it and get these Reddit stories on the road. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you like it. All right, here's a lengthy Am I the Asshole? It's called Am I the Asshole for Leaving My Wife Over a Computer? I, 26 male, have been married to my wife Emma for 4 years. She was a social work major who I met in one of my gen ed classes. I explained to her I was a mechanical engineering, I'm sorry. She then asked if I could tutor her in math, and that's how we began dating. Afterwards, I decided to get my master's in Japanese to help me gain more career opportunities. My wife thought it was a silly idea and said she wouldn't be funding it, so then we decided to keep our finances separate. It wasn't a big deal since I was still working anyway. I just had less free time. So she was making more than me during this time. It paid off, and I recently landed a high paying job, and with that came more stress due to me having to travel to Japan often. I've really been wanting to get into gaming, so I invested in computer parts costing around $1,500. Once I took the parts out of the box, my wife noticed the receipt and asked how I could be so irresponsible with my money. She assumed I still made the same amount, but when I told her that I made triple that amount, she began giving me the silent treatment. During this time, I began to notice my things were going missing. I wanted to go fishing with some friends one time, and when I was looking for my rods, she must have she must have noticed and said she had given them to her uncle. I told her not to take my stuff without asking, but didn't mind too much because they were old, so I just bought some more. Another time, I was about to go to the gym and I was looking for my pre-workout. I always keep 3 jars. I luckily had a can of Monster, and that helped. I asked my wife when she got home from work, and she said she gave them to her cousin. I asked her to reimburse me because they cost $50 a jar. She said I make enough to replace them and just ignored me for the rest of the day. One day, when she thought I was asleep, she was talking to someone on the phone explaining how she's going to move my parents into our house. She hadn't explained this to me. We only have 3 rooms. One is her office, one is my office/game room, and the other is our bedroom. She told the person on the phone, who I assume is her sister, that she's going to give my gaming setup to her brother to make room and that I'll get over it eventually. So today I left work early to catch her in the middle of her plans. When I walked into our apartment, her and her brother were then placing everything into a box. I asked what was going on, and my wife, whose face was pale, said she was cleaning when her brother came by. I asked him, did he plan on taking my computer? Of course, he denied. So I went in the room to get the iPad we share, and I looked through the texts on there, and it clearly shows my wife telling him when to pick it up and to deny that he had it. I told him to get out and asked her, why does she think she's so entitled to my stuff? I've never yelled at her, and I guess this scared her because she began to cry. She ended up packing a bag and went to stay with her sister. While she was out, I picked up a lock for my office. Her sister texted me, calling me an asshole. I'm beginning to think I could have handled this better, and I'm looking for advice. Bro. All right. Your wife is in your wife is not right in the actions that she's doing to you, and maybe you guys should consider going to some couples therapy to figure out what the problem is, because this seems not like an ideal relationship at all. Nobody should have to worry that when they go to work, they're going to come home and all their shit's going to be gone. Um, and that's the least of it. These are two married people. This is bonkers. Um, what would you guys tell them to do? I personally would say try out some couples counseling. If that doesn't work, then split, because nobody can live like this. Okay, here we have another customer service rant. This one's from our slash Aldi employees. And it says, I had a woman get mad at me because she just had like 6 items in her reusable bag on the belt behind it all. I scanned everything and she just goes, I can't believe you didn't bag it for me. How rude. I just looked at her and told her, sorry, we don't bag here, miss. And she continues with all the other cashiers bag except you. I know my coworkers, we ain't bagging shit, especially when you didn't say anything. Not that it makes a difference because it still won't be done. LMFAO. I just said I highly doubt it, miss. Like I said, we don't bag here. Sorry. But God fucking forbid you have to bag your 6 small items yourself. How fucking horrid. Dumb old miserable fucking hag. She then goes on saying, I can't believe this. I came out of my way to shop here. I'll shop by me where they're nicer and bag. I just said, Aldi won't bag for you, but go ahead. That's your right to shop wherever you'd like, miss. Go right ahead. She just started huffing and puffing more. LMAO. Seriously, go fuck yourself. You're not important for me to fucking care. I hate these old women who think they're hot shit, and that I'm afraid of them. Wow, that was definitely a customer service rant. And I think I've worked in customer service and it sucks. That said, I think that if you are this triggered when you get a rude customer, you should perhaps work somewhere else. Not that I'm blaming the cashier. The cashier was, from what they said, very polite to the customer. Um, but this is clearly bothering this person, and they should perhaps think about not working in customer service. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What do you guys think? Okay, this one's from r/am I wrong? And it says, am I in the wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend without discussing it? I, 26 female, got my dog Kara 4 years ago. My neighbor at my old building was giving her away because he couldn't care for her anymore. He's 84. I took a chance and she's now my best friend and fur child. I started dating Colin, 29 male. Of course, his name is fucking Colin. 2 months ago, and it's been great. We have similar tastes in things. He's nice, funny, etc. When I told him about Kara, he said he loves animals. Colin's been at my house every week and has always been nice, but not super comfortable with her. He'd make comments like, wow, she's a shedder, or she's got a big bark, but then pet her and smile. He asked for not to be in my bed while he was there. Oh, I guess they missed her. He asked for her not to be in my bed while he was there. But I thought that was unreasonable. Last week, Kara jumped on the couch to cuddle and got fur on his clothes. He flipped out and told me he couldn't do this, and if I wanted a future with him, it couldn't include her. I got a box, packed up everything he had at my house, and calmly told him to close the gate on his way out. He started yelling that I'm immature for not even discussing it, and I told him, one, I will never pick anyone over my dog, and two, I don't do ultimatums. When I told my parents and mutual friends what happened, most told me he was out of line for asking me to choose, but I could have at least had a rational discussion about it. I thought that after he gave me an ultimatum after 2 months and then screamed at me, rationality had already flown out the window. But I don't have a lot of experience with relationships, so maybe I could have done it in a better way. Okay, so in my opinion, you did the right thing. Period. If he's going to scream at you and give you an ultimatum after 2 months, what's he going to do after 6? What's he going to do after 12? What's he going to do in the future? What's he going to do when you're married? What's he going to do when you have kids? You know, sounds like an asshole and sounds a bit controlling, dare I say. And personally, I think you did the right thing, but that's just me. Okay, so this one's not technically an Am I the Asshole? It's posted in r/Michael's employees. I have never been on this sub before, so let's see what it says. The title says, can I legally drop kick a child? So I'm helping a customer at self checkouts this morning, and a woman and her child are using it. Oh, okay. So Michael's, as in the craft store, right? Okay. So they're working at the self checkout, and a woman and her child are using it. They ask me if I can use my phone to get the coupon for her because she forgot hers in the car. I'm in a decent mood, so I say sure and pull up the coupon, scan it, and put my phone on the counter. Little Timmy here then decides it would be a good idea to pick up my phone and throw it on the ground. I hear the crack because I'm talking with the mom helping with everything else. I spin around and see my phone on the ground. Pick up my phone, it's cracked from edge to edge. Yes, I know I should have a screen protector on it. It fell off 2 days ago and was on order. The mom says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. At least it was just an Android." Excuse me? This is a $1,300 Samsung S23 Ultra that I use a lot for photography. I then say to her, I'm sorry isn't going to cut it here. I want some kind of compensation for this incident, and what you just said about my phone is rude as fuck." She says, "Well, I don't have any cash on me," and proceeds to leave. Do I file with the cops? My managers already know about this. Do I absolutely punt this little shit to the stars? Okay, yes, this is funny. Because this person is clearly venting over some customer service bullshit that they had to deal with. And yeah, this person's little crotch goblin destroyed their expensive ass brand new phone. Um, it's not on them for not having a screen protector on it, you know? The mom should definitely do the right thing. And I think we can all agree that that kid needs some discipline. All right, those are the Reddit stories that I had for you today. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.